Afternoon, everyone. It is the Champions League final, and welcome to the dive. Yeah, just a little caveat before we get right into it for everyone, because we are doing one of these, as we like to do, finals. Doesn't matter which final it is. We did the Olympic hockey final. We did the MLB final last year. I might do the NHL finals this year, but today we are here for the 2026 Champions League final. Uh, we are obviously primarily a Juventus channel, so a footballing channel nonetheless. But as a neutral observer today, maybe a bit less emotion than the stream is usually uh, graced with. Especially the past couple ones. A little less stressful, anyways, for me, the host. In any case, welcome in. Please do like and subscribe. We are currently streaming on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, Kick, and Assist. So, welcome from all platforms. Links to each other platform are in the description, bio, what have you. So please do like, follow, subscribe, whatever the button is on the platform that you are watching. So welcome in, welcome all. Let's not waste any more time then. It is a Paris Saint-Germain against Arsenal, the Gunners. So a French-English final I believe this is the very first time in Champions League history where we've had the French-English final. So, I don't know if we're going back to some history there. The two countries maybe have had some conflicts in the past throughout history, but we get another historical moment here today. Yes, the kickoff show. We're going NFL football style here these days, right? The Killers. It's the Killers that are opening up tonight's festivities. I don't know. You guys a fan of that, or how do you feel about the sports entertainment? And that's the thing, right? It's not just sports anymore. It is sports entertainment. It is more than just the game to be played. So here we do have the Killers. Let's not even get into the whole World Cup time show. Anyways, we're here to watch the football. So I'm going to bring up the thought mob. We're going to look at the lineups to see what we have tonight. Just some head-to-heads here, just off the bat. The thought mob head-to-head. Kvaratskhelia definitely has been the number one guy there as of late. He's been lining it up. Let's just jump right into the lineups, honestly. Not waste any time. It's a 4-3-3 versus a 4-3-3. This could be a classic. This could absolutely be a classic with these two teams. It could also, looking at a head-to-head matchup like this, 4-3-3s against each other, they can sometimes negate each other and kind of just lock things up altogether. I don't suspect that tonight, but let's talk about it a little bit here. We will start with the home team of Paris. So Safanov in net, goalkeeper uncertainty there earlier in the season, but Safanov getting the nod there overall tonight's. Let's just hope for their sake. That's the thing. That's the thing with Paris, is that they've been able to more or less outscore their opponents. Let's not forget last final against Inter, 5-0. So they haven't had to necessarily rely too heavily on their goalkeepers as of late. But regardless, if Arsenal come in heavy, we'll see. But anyways, that would be maybe their biggest question mark. Paris is the carousel a bit this year in the goalkeeper department. But a back four of Mendes, Pacho, Marquinhos, and Hakimi. Midfield, Ruiz, Vitinha, and Neves. And up top, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, and Doué. Doué as well, getting 2 goals in that last final as well. This is especially that front three. They're on fire. You got to watch out for them. They're going to come at you hard. Going to the 4-3-3 of Arsenal, then Raya in net, Hincapie, Gabriel, Saliba, and Mosquera in the back four. Okay, I heard maybe Calafiori, but no Calafiori there tonight. Lewis Skelly, Rice, and Odegaard in midfield. Trossard, Havertz, and Saka up top. So each team winning their league. More impressive for Arsenal this year, of course. They have a bit tougher competition. Um, Not to take that away from them because, well, they are defending their title here tonight in the Champions League. So they have proven that they aren't just the gem of League 1, that they can actually come out and win the biggest prize of all. So they're up for the double. Let's talk about that then in terms of the mentality. Yeah, I mean Paris has the pressure, I guess, to defend that title. But at the same time, they were there just, almost 365 days ago, right? Like they know how to do this. Arsenal looking to win their first European trophy here. You know, how that is honestly like an individual psychoanalyst, but I mean, we can't look at each individual player and how he's gonna perform. There's no way to tell what's going through these guys' heads right now. But there's the pressure of defending slash the experience of having been there. Vice, coming in with a fresh outlook, trying to topple incumbent versus not having been here before, right? So that mental game is going to be what's most interesting to see how these players actually come out to the pitch and how they perform under the ultimate pressure tonight. Let's be honest, they haven't gotten here without being able to handle that pressure, but this is the next step. Mikel Arteta did touch on that during his press conference as well, in terms of you get used to winning, and we talk about this, right? When trophies win trophies. When you're used to winning, you continue to win. I mean, with this being UV channel, we can look at just that, right? Win 9 straight, and then the downward trend because as you stop losing, you don't even get those copas, right? You don't get any trophies in the cabinet, and now that winning mentality is gone, and it's hard to build that back up. So that's the momentum now that Arsenal are on. PSG, I mean, this could very well just be another day for them. It's not, but it's become more routine. So I suspect Arsenal is just they're just buzzing at the moment. It's whether they can control that buzz. I think that's the most important thing tonight. It's a final, it's a one-off match. Yeah, we can talk about tactics, individual performances throughout the season, throughout the Champions League. But none of that really matters right now because it is that one-off final. If we were talking about like the MLB, NHL, NBA finals, where you're going 7 games, up to 7 games anyways, at least 4, best of 7. I mean, that's different. You can settle into that rhythm. You can settle into playing against that same team over at least those 4 to 7 matches. This is just a one-off. And if we look at the head-to-head, just to see now they did play this year. That's a bit of a rarity, I suppose, is having played, I mean, twice. They've already been here before, right? Which is interesting in that sense, right? So Paris winning both of those, but again, it's the one-off final. What have Arsenal learned from this? So April 29th, 2025, and then May 7th, 2025. Or sorry, this is last year. My apologies. Last Champions League. So it's still a bit of a rarity to have that experience, I suppose, in the one-off final because Paris and Inter, just for instance, last year, they didn't have that recency of that head-to-head, right? So it's more or less the same team. Yeah, there's been changes, but in terms of management, in terms of players, more or less the same teams. New year, Arsenal's a better team this year. Both games only done by one. Uh, than they played in 2024, and then you see they go back 2018, 2016, right? So it's there's a familiarity there, at least between these two guys tonight, which again adds into the whole mental aspect. Is Arsenal be like, oh man, our recent performance not so good. If you go back, of course, Arsenal was the better team, but Paris is more recently a successful team, let's say, in terms of top Champions League football. Arsenal is more of that historical team. Of course, Paris getting that big oil money payout there a few years back and building up. And that's something I want to talk about too. Let's go back to the lineup. Because that's what's most interesting to me when you look at the larger footballing landscape and how modern teams are built, how these modern successful teams are built. And I mean, both teams here have offshore money invested into it, but Paris more so. Arsenal, they're both ridiculously funded. Let's be quite clear about that. But it's what Paris have changed and how that has made them finally successful. Even if they lose tonight, 2 finals in a row, winning one of that's damn impressive. Who are they missing? The 2 biggest names, of course, Neymar and Mbappe, right? And how are they doing where they are? It doesn't matter how good your individual talent is. If they're a cancer in the locker room, if they're too individualistic, if they bring too much drama, what good are they? And I mean, just by pure talent of the squad, they did well enough, right? But they became a bit of a meme, bit of a joke. Paris all this money and they can't win anything. Well, now they have. So from that perspective, I respect Paris a lot with kind of that pivot that they've done in terms of team building, and that is to actually build a team to keep people around that deserve to be there, but also of high quality as well, right? Some of these names you wouldn't lose your mind over. It's not a Real Madrid, and that is the contrast, right? Look at Real Madrid being not successful this year and the drama that has incurred. And who's on that team right now is in Mbappe. That being said, Arsenal have played a longer game in that buildup as well. They've, invested in the coach, Mikel Arteta, putting faith there, and just yeah, building up slowly, slowly, slowly. Now Arsenal has become a meme as well. They are in that meme phase where they have spent so much money. They have now finally won their league title. And let's say in like the modern era. It's not their first, of course, but we talked about the winning mentality. They're now on that cusp. They are ready to take that next step, right? Do they stop becoming that meme? Because if they win the Champions League tonight against a very strong PSG, against the defending titles, well, those memes go away. So that's the storyline tonight. All right, time check. We are right at 12 o'clock. I am Eastern time in Canada, so that is the 5 PM of British summertime and 6 o'clock Central European Daylight Time. So I did expect a bit of a delay here. I like to refresh my stream just to make sure it's updated. But yeah, with tonight's festivities, I expect to be at least a couple minutes late here. The teams are in the huddle. Predictions. I like to do this. I just ask my wife for these games 'cause she knows nothing about this stuff. And I was just like, Paris Saint-Germain or Arsenal. And she was like, Arsenal. I'm like, do you even know where they're from? And she's like, no. So but take that for what it's worth. I just like to do that for fun, just to see if she can guess it. Uh, all right, we are about to kick off here. Not much of a delay. I'm gonna get the scoreboard up now. Okay. Uh, man, DAZN and their stupid live chat thing. How do I get rid of this? Man, that's annoying. And we do have kickoff. I'm kind of surprised how it just they got on with it quite quickly here. So we're ready to go. Okay, but seriously, with predictions, I'm going to have to give it the Bears. I just think they've been that good. Like on paper, for sure, I would say they probably have the better team. I know people might come at me with that. They are fairly evenly matched, let's be honest, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna give it to Paris. An early little hit there on Assard. Getting after it early. Yeah, get in the comments. Join the conversation. If you have any predictions for today, any feelings, if you're a Paris fan, if you're an Arsenal fan, I know I keep on saying I don't know why I don't say PSG. I'm rolling with Paris. It's just deal with it. Yeah, how do you feel? Are you neutral? You're just here for the ride. Yeah, welcome everyone. We are early on here, so please remember like, subscribe, follow, share, whatever platform you're on. We're everywhere, man. Absolutely everywhere. So kickoff. Safanov coming up for Paris. And Arteta has to grab that one. Quick throw in for Arsenal. Paris recover. And of course, my stream. Does anybody else's stream looks like crap? Is this just the zone doing the zone things? I can't handle the bandwidth. Oh wow, walking it up there. Mendes up to the midfield. Dribbling well. Have to slow it back though now. Just slowing it down for the moment. Arsenal do well under the pressure on the press as well, so that's going to be interesting. Paris careful not to overcommit to that as of yet. But if they can break a press, my lord, watch out for Paris. The speed that they have. Failed to mention it's Seibert that the German referee for the evening. Weather conditions quite nice as well. 24 degrees and sunny. The stamina are perfect. It's going to cool off, of course, in the evening. It is currently 6, so towards the end, it's going to probably be a nice, like, very comfortable 20-ish degrees. So weather's not an excuse anyways tonight. Sometimes that becomes a talking point, especially if it's too hot, too wet. And it's the Puskás Arena in Budapest, Hungary. Capacity 67,889. This is the last time we're gonna see the Adidas ball, I believe, because Nike that they're moving to? Was it? They are changing the ball though. Gotta look that up quickly. Fabian not happy with that call and getting a warning. Yeah, it is Nike. It's the final Adidas ball. The 2031. Okay, there you go. And it's going to look different because Adidas own the rights to the star panels. Of course, Adidas. Oh, Havertz loose in space. Ball brought over the top, and he sees it. Well, he puts it in. He shelves it. And it's 1-0 for Arsenal. Oh, man, that turns things around early. What a nice feed to Havertz. Let's look at that one back. I'm interested to see who he got the feed from down the left side. I don't even know if Safonov would have been able to save that one. That was very well taken. And just like that, right? Just like that, things can change. And I am noticing as well. Hold on, we do have the replay here. Oh, very interesting. So both attempts to get the ball forward were deflected, which made it hard for Paris to track. So Marquinhos goes to clear and cannot. And it falls to Havertz. Ooh, Safonov could have stayed bigger there. Yeah, didn't get his that's hard. He could have possibly done something to save that ball, but he kept low and the ball just went over him. And it's hard to read that. I get it. It happens so quick. Is he going high? Is he going low? It is harder to shelve it like that high. So he's beat regardless. Lewis Skelly down. Gonna get fiery here now. Nice early goal like that. 6 minutes. That's gonna at least for the next little bit, things are gonna get spicy. Love it with the early goal. Another look at it. Yeah, just raises it over his head. And we talked about that early, the goalkeeping situation for Harris. If it's gonna bite them today, and there's an early discussion about that. Why is this game so early? PSG need to save football. Well, yeah, it's 3 hours earlier than it normally was, and I didn't actually get the reason for it. Let's look that up, the actual reason. I just heard that people were upset about this time change. I don't know if there's much in that. They just came together. Okay, to improve logistics, accommodate traveling supporters' public transportation needs, and provide a more family-friendly viewing experience. This earlier time slot also captures a larger global television. That's what it is. It's particularly Asian markets. It's money. That's all it is. You can try to give like logistics and fame. No, it's the money. Okay, counterattack coming up for PSG. Not accurate enough. Arsenal defending in numbers. Hakimi running back on defense gets there. Anthony, I wonder how many players have scored for two different teams in CL finals. Havertz is one of them now. Let's see. You got me doing the Googles today here. Oh, there's a lot. Oh no, this is two appearances. Doesn't say two teams. This is Instagram. Only two players. This 103 weeks ago. This post. Uh in history have scored multiple UEFA Champions League finals before turning 24 years old? No, that's 24. Okay, that one's going to be too hard to find on the fly. So we'll ignore that for now, but that is an interesting question. Don't need to go down rabbit holes during the final match here. Arsenal up 1-0, not even 10 minutes down. That ticker's not supposed to be on. Sorry. Clear that up for you. Here's looking to respond, holding on to the ball. I think it would be smart for them to slow it down right now, ebb those emotions, take control back. As the possession is currently 65% for Paris. Early on, they were trying to penetrate, maybe be a bit more open. They also need to be careful early on not to overcommit. It appears that they aren't too rushed to make anything happen. Plenty of time. Tinia going the right on Due. Let's see if he can be a start tonight. He's cutting in. Oh, tries to feed. Kvaratskhelia cannot find the foot. Gabrielle's all over it. All over it. Boys are going go-karting today too. I'm missing that. I thought this was on Sunday originally. I'm like, yeah, we're going go-karting. And then I was like, oh, it's on Saturday. I had you're so used to big games being on Sunday as well. That's the other thing, like having the Champions League final on a Saturday over Sunday. Like personally, I think it should be a Sunday. But also, if you're talking about making the most amount of money, this is probably a better time slot. Mandzukic. Yeah, if you can find the list. You can find me a website even. Link it up. I'll be able to show it. So Paris now have accomplished over the past few minutes to maintain control of the ball, to dictate the tempo. Next step is finding the ball forward, which they find now. Oh, and a ball across the face of the net, not accurate enough. And Paris go wanting again as Ruiz goes wide. Nice pass forward, though. Taking it on his left foot and Rhea doing well to lift that arm out of the way, not to get a funny deflection, knowing that the ball's quite obviously going out. Paris with it again. This will be interesting to see how it develops if Paris maintain a lot of the possession. How much they can kind of wear out and frustrate Arsenal. And if they end up getting some silly fouls, making mistakes as a result. Play the long game, perhaps. And what I did want to mention earlier, just as the goal was happening, a slight variation of the 4-3-3 for Arsenal. It's a 4-2-3-1, which makes more sense with Odegaard going into an attacking midfielder role, playing off of Havertz. Which Havertz was, he used to play a bit deeper too. So kind of playing with a double fat false nine, perhaps. perhaps, an interchange. Two runners into the box. It's worked anyway so far for him, right? That's exactly what happened with Havertz. He was just up there ready to run, ready to pounce. A bit lucky with how the ball did fall to him, but you gotta be there, you gotta be in position. They're still searching. Looks like they're favoring Due on the right. That was actually Hakimi, sorry, but the right flank regardless. And the overlap, and Hakimi wins a corner. Both teams doing well this year on set plays. Corner kicks. Ball in. Oh, it's just that was the hand. Interesting. Saka swung and missed at that ball, and it did appear to go up into his hands. They might have to look at it. They're probably looking at it in the VAR room as we speak. But here's Odegaard, another chip over the top. Safinob does get to it first this time. But that's going to be interesting. Did it touch Saka's hand? Let's take a look. It it did. It was a deflection. Oh man, and if you're an Arsenal fan right now, you're going to be crying about it. For sure. For sure you're going to be crying about that one. Now, it was a deflection. They don't have to call that as a red card or a handball penalty kick by the letter of the law. Because he was not trying to make his body bigger. It was a deflection. And in the spirit of what the rule is, I can't be too upset with not calling that one. His hand was in, like it was closer to the body. So all of those definitely, definitely a factor in making that a non-call. It is still Paris, though. Same tactic, building up slowly, trying to find the space. Kvaratskhelia looking for a back heel, but it doesn't come off. And sloppy by Arsenal in the midfield. Looked like they were coming away with it, but a missed pass puts PSG back onto the attack. Working the left side this time, and Doué is taken down. Arsenal now, can they come out of this pressure? They're going back all the way to the keep. Rea boots it downfield. Havertz can't get the head onto it, and Paris will recover. Booted down forward. That wasn't going to work out. Doué was still offside. Hakimi up in the number 9 position right now. What's he doing? PSG with 3 defenders at the moment as Hakimi is still working his way back. Bettini is trying to cover some space there as well. Still don't. Hakimi is walking. He's pinched up high though. So Hakimi's instructions are to go forward. He does play as more of an offensive fullback. Sorry, I'm tripping over my words here. He's playing as more of an offensive fullback at the moment. That is how he likes to play. but they are leaving space at the back. They're effectively turned into a back three. CR7 and Mandzukic. There we go, coming in live just from the Telegraph. Anthony is saying they just posted it up. Excellent. I guess CR7, he has played for would have been Madrid and it must have been Man U. Well, Paris is still dominating possession at 78% at the moment. And they find Route 1. It's there. I mean, they got the players to be able to do it. But Arsenal, a bit of lockdown mode right now and just trying to absorb anything Paris can give at them right now. And it's worked. Dropping down deep. Not parking the bus, but just a good solid 4-man in the back formation. Rest of the team coming back in support. Boxing them out, keeping them out long and wide, essentially. Trying not to stretch the defensive line either out to the flanks. Because Paris is working the flanks, of course. But you don't want to overstretch it, overcommit, and get yourself out of position because there's a lot of space in there if you do. Seibert doesn't like how quickly that throw-in was taken. He didn't even look at the benches of these two teams. But quickly, keepers Chevalier and Marine for Paris. Sabarni and Beraldo Fernandez, Hang In Lee, Mayulu, Zaire Emery, and Barcola, Gonzalo Ramos, and Ibrahim Mbaye. Scalia holding it wide and on the left side. Looking for some supports, and he ends up losing it. Fabian's there. And actually, they do win a throw, so no, they don't. No, Fabian's just picking it up for Mascara there. So still keeping it deep. Arsenal cannot get out, so it is a cooling break now. I was wondering if they will do it, and they are. Right at the halfway point. Okay, looking at the bench then for Arsenal, there's a Aritza Balaga as their only other dressed keeper for the evening. Urian Timber, Ricardo Calafiore, Christian Nordgaard, Etze Zubamendi, Dauman Marino, Jesus Martinelli, Medwicki, and Gyökeres. In terms of the bench, I think Arsenal has a little bit better depth off the bench as well. Like more higher class option, if you will. And again, that's not to diminish what PSG have. I do think Arsenal take the edge in that regard, which will play deep into this game, especially as Paris is just wearing themselves out more so than anything else. It should be. Oh, there's a Macedonian there. He's got the Arsenal fan with the Macedonian flag. I never saw the results. Bosnia was playing Macedonia yesterday. I was gonna watch it and then didn't. Horrible of me. Let's take a quick look. Oh, 0-0. Okay. Well, maybe I shouldn't have watched it then. Okay. No, Anthony knows. Jesus. You know everything. Got me. Got all the deets. Mascara finally throwing it in. He took his time on that one. Arsenal struggling to move it up forward. Winning another throw in and just inching up the field. Harris has made it very hard. Now, if Arsenal didn't score that early goal, again with a bit of a lucky bounce, would they be that comfortable sitting in defense at the moment, not getting any possession? Nice run up though, building up right from the defense. Saka has some work to do out wide, centers it, loose ball in the box. Hakimi comes in and clears it out. And Safanov is down, holding his head, so stoppage of play, head injury, and his legs flailing. This might actually be somewhat serious. Hmm. Marquinhos. Oh yeah, a knee in the back of the head from Marquinhos. So more goalkeeping drama now. If this if Safanov is seriously injured, they have the ice pack out. Chevalier is warming up. That would be interesting, yeah, because basically Chevalier was supposed to be the brand new boy in the goalkeeping department for Paris, and essentially just sidelined. He is up now, though, so he is okay. Whether they go through a concussion protocol, Footy does not really enforce concussion protocols as many other sports do. Like the NFL, they are serious about it. And with the cooling break and now this injury, there has not been a whole lot of football the past 5 minutes or so. Oh, it's an extended break here when they're starting to look at people in the crowd. All right, well, they got to make a call, right? If it's a serious head injury, they are supposed to stretcher them off. But he is up on his feet now. Fixing his ponytail. That's important. It will be a goal kick as well. So we are literally just waiting for Safanov to get his life sword back out here. And thank you for everyone who's joining us today. Please do remember to like, subscribe, follow, share whichever platform you are on. Help the channel out. Keep the algorithm going. If you don't mind, and don't be afraid of the chat. Please join and get in the conversation. People on X are often shy. They don't like to talk to X people. X are they're very wordy. They're very wordy on the posts, but for some reason in the live chat, Oh, that's good. Alfonso Davies is healthy after his injury there with Bayern, so he's going to make the World Cup. All right, we have an attack coming on the right side for Paris again. And so that was not very well taken. But Hakimi in support. I'll try it again. Vitinha always there to control the play. Ball in, headed out. Paris just probing. But then I see Emile Home is now out. Oh boy. Okay. And man down in the box. Mendes. Mendes just rolling in there. They're still on the attack though. And they got a man down. Mendes needs to get the hell off his ass. Oh, the score. Okay. Gotcha. Checking scores. I mean, why are you so angry about the Jordi? It's just the status quo at this point. You should have expected it. Kept your expectations too high. Oh, we'll see though. Upcoming, what they do. They're not the only big team, multiple World Cup winner that has missed multiple World Cups. So it does happen to the best of them. We're 2 weeks out from the World Cup, and they're. Oh, I was just reading today, at least for Toronto, the Canadian matches. And I know it's true in other stadiums in the U.S. and Mexico, but none of the 6 games have sold out. And the first game is Canada's first home World Cup game, and that's the one I'm looking to get to. But the starting price is $1,300. I'm just hoping they get desperate and have to drop the price off because it's clear they're not selling, and there's not much appetite for it. City of Toronto has invested $380 million with an expected return in investment of close to $1 billion, like 980 or something. But now all that's happening without the stadiums full is it's a detractor now because people who normally would visit Toronto during that time aren't, because they're getting scared away with all the congestion and the inflated prices, like for hotels and everything. It's scaring the tourism away. So they're actually only looking to maybe break even from hosting 6 World Cup matches. Same with Vancouver, who has 7 matches. So it's a bit damning, and that's just the latest from Toronto. But yes, it is happening in other, like New Jersey. I know they're having issues as well. Paris just still trying something, and that effort. Fly ball to Rhea. He catches it. Strong, strong tackle. Coming up the right for Paris again. Bad delivery. Even not many people that follow the sport in Canada don't really follow Canadian soccer. You bet if Italy was playing their opener in Toronto, it would have been like playing in Rome. Perhaps, but that would have just been one of the games. And a lot of Bosnian fans, like as soon as Bosnia qualified, the tickets actually did inflate for a little bit. Because there is, I mean, It's still Toronto. It's a city of 6 million people, not to mention, all the surrounding areas and the country as a whole. Like, the Bosnians are showing up to that. But, I mean, it's expensive. I have a couple Croatian buddies. They'll be playing in Toronto against Panama, an even cheaper game. It's like $300-400 cheaper to watch that game. Nobody's showing up. I mean, there's a German match that's playing. One of the juggernauts. Nobody cares. That one's about $1,200 to go to. Just slightly cheaper than the Canadian game. There's so much Arsenal hate. Egan, you're a Liverpool fan, though. So, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure you're a Liverpool fan. It is quite interesting, though, because a lot of people don't like Paris. I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that you have your Neymars and Mbappe's as well, but seems like there is a bit less hate towards Paris and just more overall to Arsenal. PSG has, for the most part, been completely in command of this game, but you have a dead ball for Arsenal delivery and headed up high. I mean, we're gonna look at the stats here at the halftime, and they're interesting. Possession still 78% for Paris. Both teams with one shot apiece. Not on target, just shots. Okay, Paris on the run. Bettini not quick enough though. And Dembele can't get the ball through. Blocked off. And that's why there's only one shot. Is they're just not coming through. Yeah, there's some truth in this. Oh, hold up though. Paris still trying to come forward with it. That's gotta be a foul. Nope. Must have been clean. From behind. Arsenal win it. Now, will Arsenal do something? Working up the right side. Saliba taking off some pressure. Maintain control. There's not a lot of space, though. Paris is all over Arsenal at the moment. Pressure is on. Arsenal fans speak about a lot of nonsense. Example: Saka is better than Salah, Rice is better than Gerrard, and they flood the internet. Yeah. Um. The interesting thing is there's a lot of very bad fan bases here to this channel. Juventus fan base. We know how bad they can be. We like to shit on Inter fans, but I mean, which one's worse? They're both horrible, man. Going back to hockey, there's always this rivalry, Toronto, Montreal, and they're always like shitty Toronto fans, blah blah blah. It's like Montreal fans are just as bad. Like, look in the mirror, buddy. At least I recognize that Toronto fans are shit. Be honest with yourself. That's it. Just like Juventus fans are shit. I don't know why I keep on going for these teams with shit fans. But that's what happens when you're the biggest, right? It may just be a proportion, but when you're that big, you have that many fans. No, yeah, you look at Liverpool; they're really big. Do they act the same? No. Well, some of them. It's the percentage of that fan base per capita, I guess, is how we have to look at it. They're still trying to put balls forward, but nothing's coming through. Worst in football. Again, like it can be so subjective as well. It would be interesting to, and I'm not necessarily arguing that Arsenal fans are the worst because they very well could be. I'm just wondering if there's a scientific method to determine, like, and just throughout sports, not just football, right? Like hockey, American football, basketball. Is it the Lakers? Do the Lakers have the worst fans, or is it the Celtics? Right? For instance, is it the Toronto or the Montreal fans? 'Cause I bet you, just as a thought experiment, if Madrid sucked for the next 20 years and didn't win anything, would their fans not be just as annoying and talk about the glory of 20 years ago? Sixers or Knicks for basketball? New York is always up there in any list for sure. But the Sixers, you think, eh? Philly, I don't know if they're a shit fan base or just a very blue collar, rough and tumble fan base. Just Philadelphia in general. Because the Flyers fan base. I mean, you remember Ty Domi fighting a Philly fan in the playoffs, like 97 or something? But he was drunk and belligerent and fell into the penalty box. Ended up getting kicked out of the arena. We're a multi-sport channel here. Monaco Grand Prix. I'm looking now on the off season, or at least to the World Cup, maybe filling in some live streams with Formula One. Monaco race is the most iconic. And as we speak here and kind of just shoot the shit and go off topic a little bit, it's because Paris is just kicking the ball around, not doing a whole lot with it, not finding the space, but maintaining the possession and the control, keeping in Arsenal's half, Arsenal's third, really, keeping it quite low. And Dez trying to find something, and a ball flying through the midfield, or sorry, through the mid box. Fabian trying to find a head onto it, but goes high with it. But that's what they need to do. The ball's not necessarily going to come clean at you. But again, a deflection off. Let's see, is it no? That was Hincapi. Hincapi. That was off Hincapi. Yeah. Not completely dissimilar to how Havertz received a nice juicy ball as well. So you got to jump on that. Oh, you went to Monaco in '08, eh? Fuck, that'd be cool. I hear the atmosphere in Monaco is really what seals the deal. Like watching the race itself on TV isn't the greatest. It's just not suited for the modern cars. Might be a little bit better this year. And they're taking away any boost mode nonsense battery crap that's ruining the sport this year. Just because there are no straight lines or any high speed areas, and it'll be too dangerous. So it won't be a battery game, and it's going to be a chassis game or so, which everyone says it should be Ferrari's first win. We'll see. Oh, space there on the left. Kvaratskhelia running back. That space just gone away in moments. And Belly just trying from the edge of the box. Well off target. You kind of have to try eventually, right? There, I'm already looking on. He does not look very entertained. Final few seconds, but there will be a few added on for sure. And it's Arsenal looking for maybe a late one. 6 minutes. That makes sense though, because that one stoppage was about 5, maybe even 6 minutes alone. Frustrating half though, from the PSG perspective. Arsenal, I would imagine from a fan perspective, they're not sitting very comfortably right now either. I like sitting in the neutral, it gives me at least the clarity to see that that Arsenal are doing a fairly good job at managing this pressure and just holding PSG back. They don't look like they're nervous. Should they be? Should they be wanting a little bit more, looking for that second? Or are they happy to just take the sting out of PSG's attack altogether, despite all of this possession? It's very lopsided with that regard. But they haven't done a thing with it. Even here now, they're struggling. They can't find the ball. Arsenal are just all over it as we get into the extra time here. They are defending just a little bit deeper, a little bit tighter to ensure they go into the half in the lead. Speaking of Liverpool as well, since we were kind of on that, Arnie Slot is done. Just not having the most successful season. I mean, not a bad one necessarily, but Due going for a long one as well and just launching it. Frustration is definitely mounting there. They're going to need a nice refresh from the locker room. Let's see what Luis Enrique can do to amp these boys up. But at this rate, man, it looks flaccid. Right, going back to Monaco, the atmosphere was amazing. The decadence and wealth was insane, and a lot of primo Eastern European hookers on old fat men's yachts. Monaco Grand Prix in a nutshell. Yeah, that excess though kind of pisses me off. I don't like that. I'm a very like chill blue collar kind of guy, and oh, Havertz, no, oh man, that ball snuck in there. Havertz almost on the double end. Denied. Think it took a big chunk off there, and ball kinda lost its direction, its power. Have to look at the replay there, but Paris is looking now with 3 minutes left to take that opportunity and perhaps turn it around. 3 minutes, boys. Everyone's rooting for you for once. Arteta's just yelling there. Right involved. And that one goes out. So just completely mitigated their offense. Slot did a good job in his first season, but how do you spend 450 million uh and down what? He did this season? I kind of get what you're saying anyways. Yeah. No, that's a lot of money spent for sure. But that's the Premier League as well. Generally speaking, right? Because how many years have Arsenal done the exact same thing and didn't win? It's gotten out of hand, is what it is. It's just completely out of hand. Most especially in the Premier League. Just over a minute. And man, Arsenal, hand it to them. They've done enough of this. Let's look at this again. Yeah, Marquinhos got right into that one. That wasn't even close at the end. And that would have come out of nowhere as well, that potential second goal, which would have just completely dismantled the mentality of the Paris players. After otherwise dominating the whole half. All in now, Arsenal with a few seconds left. A heavy challenge. Heavy challenge. Havertz looking for something, but Cybert's not going to bite. Oh, that should kill it. Let's be honest. Let's not drag this one along. Six and a half minutes now, and they finally whistle it. Saka's at the corner, and Cybert's just like, "Get on with it. Let's go. It's over. Deal with it, bud." But I mean, is what it is. That's the half. All right. Not the most entertaining, uh, maybe from just a pure sporting aspect of it, but quite honestly, I love what Arsenal did in that half. It sucked, and that's kind of the point, if that makes sense. Just completely mitigating anything from Paris. Let me get the FOP mob up. We will look at the numbers. Okay. 77% for Paris, the possession. That's hefty. Peaked at about 78. XG 0.26 to 0.24. Nothing really. Total shot 6-2. So finally the last few minutes they started shooting. Were they good shots? No. But they started shooting. So 6-2 on the shots, on target 1-1. And that's what's damning. And that last shot was Havertz again right at the end. Sure, that's what they're calling. Yep. Both shots from Kai. Look, Paris. Fabian Louise, Doué, Mbele. 3 players decided to shoot for Paris. Touches in the opposition box, 15-4. That's something PSG did at least is get it down low. They just can get rid of the ball in any meaningful manner. Big chances 0-1. Big chances missed. Oh, there's your goal. Passing 306 at 89%. Not bad at all. Wow. Speaking of F1, Carlos Sainz is on a L'Oreal for Men commercial. I was not expecting that. Cool. Okay. Accurate passes for Arsenal. 66%, 69 passes. I almost feel like we're playing a Lecce or something. If you when Juve play a Lecce and they just get one cheap lucky bounce, smash it in because the one guy's having the game of his career. Their goalie is playing like prime Buffon, and they just shutter the fuck down. That's it. Park the bus. It's really not that different. So looking at the numbers, Etinia works himself into a 7, highest rated player for Paris. Everyone in the sixes. So they're just not doing enough. It's negative possession. Even though it's deep in Arsenal zone for the most part, none of it is productive. But when we look back over on the Arsenal side of things, Gabriel gets a 7, Havertz gets a 7.1. The guy that got the goal is only at a 7.1 because he basically did nothing until the 48th minute when he got that other touch. So are they playing well? And that's what I say, that like what they're doing is essentially shit. They don't have to play well. All they have to do is negate the attack of Paris, and that's exactly what they've done. Absolutely flaccid. I mean, when Due is coming back and to essentially where Vitinha sits, just to dribble the ball somewhere to give himself some space, he's going the wrong direction. We've seen them swap Kvaratskhelia, Due, no effect. Dembele just like throwing balls. Let's actually go back to that. The stats, their shots. So that's the Due one. That was high. Fabian Louise, high to the left. To the right. Far to the right. This one's actually on target. That one was blocked. High. Like it's just everything's high. And it's just because they're whiffing. They're just whiffing at the ball. Again, let's look at the times. 50th minute. Okay, that one was early 13th. 43rd minute. 47th minute. 45th. 37th. They all, other than that one, they all came late into the half. When they just started trying to crank her down a little bit. Just to try to go over the line locked up. But that's not sustainable either, right? If these guys, like if Due and Kvaratskhelia cannot find the space, if Dembele can't find the target, Arsenal can spend the next 45 minutes doing exactly what they just did. And not even break a sweat doing it. And judging by the Arsenal hate people, I imagine there's quite a few people out there not really enjoying this a whole lot, right? Here's the thing, though. Finals tend to be like, I still remember the Tottenham Chelsea final. What a horrible game to watch. Yeah, it was 2019, I think that was just, man. It was so bad, I remember it. But this is how you win a final. What Arsenal is doing right now. Now, this is Paris Saint-Germain we are talking about. Luis Enrique to be in there right now. Who win these guys apart? Absolutely tearing them a new one. If that fire gets lit from Paris, it could be a watch the hell out there, Arsenal. Like they could turn this around. We're gonna go back to that mental conversation like we had at the beginning of the stream, right? Arsenal, I don't want to say they're the more hungry team. It's been very flaccid for both, right? But they are hungry to continue their championship run. to continue to collect trophies, to continue to stop being that meme. PSG is maybe a bit too comfortable. Let's find out. Like, I need to see a response from Paris. They need to open this game up. If with their lineup, with these guys, if they cannot find a goal against Arsenal, I will be absolutely shocked. Let's look at their benches again. Let's see what they could potentially put on the strategic phase of the game, if you will, around the 60th minute or so, where the coaching really does come into effect. I'm gonna just go past the defenders there. I'm gonna assume they're gonna want a little something fresh on attack. Barcola, I would say for sure. So your Emery maybe goes on, or it would be Fatinia, perhaps. Fatinia has been their better player, though. Maybe he replaces a Ruiz or a Neves. But he's not going to be your best attacking option either, right? He's going to control the ball a little bit better, but might be what you need deeper into the game. Gonzalo Ramos and Ibrahim Mbe. I expect if it's still 1-0 deep in this game, throw the attackers at there. With I just want to say, like, take the spot of the Hisbayulu, Pierre Emery, Barcola, Ramos, and Mbe will be their substitutes. Or they somehow, I mean, that could all change. But as of now, we're gonna assume the status quo as of now. Obviously, they have their defensive options as well. Yeah, just looking at it, Hernandez, maybe. Let's go over to the Arsenal side. What could we expect from them? They have a couple defenders here, so if they need to be a little bit more offensive, they have Calafiori, if need be. They have Timber to come in to shore things up as well. Both reasonable options back there. Norgard, Etze, Zubamendi, Dauman, Mourinho as their midfielders. So, I mean, Zubamendi, Etze, probably my choices out there. Shore up the midfield. The attack, if they absolutely need to. Options, man. They absolutely have options as well. If it came down to it and they needed some goals, they too could completely refresh the entire attack. But status quo, if they're defending, maybe put guys out wide. Put your Jesus on, perhaps. He's playing central, though. Your wingers. Yeah, they're all center. They're all centers. Okay, so Medwicki on the wing and Martinelli on the left wing there. So they have, I mean, that's to say their attacking options can be quite versatile as well. They've already slightly adjusted their 4-3-3 into a 4-3-1-2. So would they change that shape back as well? Maybe go a bit wider to stop, because that's the thing, right? Is they've gone wide, but not so wide that they've overcommitted, right? This is what we're talking about at the beginning of the stream as well, is that they've taken up that space, but just enough space that they can get back, cover off, get in behind, whatever they have to do to do what they've done. Stop PSG in their tracks to completely mitigate any offensive pressure. Not the pressure, but effectiveness. Now those guys are doing a bit more work, so that's why I expect, if anything, you just shore up that wide area, because the guys down the middle, They haven't had to do much, I guess. I mean, Lewis Skelly, Rice, we haven't heard much about them because they haven't had to do much. They're taking up space, covering off for the defense to make sure nothing gets through. And if it does, it comes in at such an angle that versus put out wide, too wide to do anything effective. Balls aren't coming in. Everything's high, everything's long. Their shots, their crosses, everything from Paris has, for the most part, been completely off target right now. You're making it difficult for them. Arsenal is keeping them outside and wide, and their shots have been outside and wide. Textbook. It's textbook, man. And we all know, reading textbooks back in school, boring. Nobody wants to read a textbook. That's why this game is boring, because Arsenal have been textbook. So buckle up. If I had to guess, unless Paris had that spark, if they can find the fire, I think we get more of the same. 55 seconds. Okay, guys. I'm gonna just take a quick bathroom break as well. Should only be about a minute or so, and I'll be back here before the start. So bear with me. Thanks for sticking by, and I'll be right back. All right, everyone. Thanks for sticking by. The players are just coming out to the tunnel right now. Hey, Jeff. Welcome in. I think Arsenal wins this. Their defensive capabilities have been solid. Yeah, man. Absolutely. Jeff at the next. You want to see his beautiful face and his takes. He was on our live call-in show on Tuesday, or previous video. You can check that out. Thank you, Jeff, for joining in with me as well. That was a fun one. They do take the field. I talked to Dash and Dave as well this morning, seeing how they're doing. Dave is in Croatia on holidays, and Dash is working like he always is. So Dave's not back till Saturday. We'll find a time. We're thinking of doing an after dark, just a general like shoot the shit podcast. We haven't done that in ages, but I think we're gonna bring the band back together. Might as well. It's an off season in between, just before the World Cup and everything. Yeah, we're gonna bring the band back together for a little bit. All right, this is it now. Second half, and we're going. I realized too, I did not set the time of this stream. What is wrong with me? Whole point of having the scoreboard up. Not good by me. All right, I'll get this synced up in just a second. There we go. Now you got a score, you got a time, and there it is on screen. All right, sorry about that. Scoreboard is actually updated with time and score. Now, those that have been following us for a while, we have had scoreboard issues where the score is not updated. Uh, the developers are aware and are currently looking for a fix. So let's see if it's fixed for today, if there is another goal. Because basically the first goal goes up and that's it. What is happening here? Yellow card. The time wasting, Mosquera, yellow card. I didn't have my attention to screen there. I missed exactly what happened. If it was time wasting or if there was something else that Mosquera was doing with the ball. The chat could help me out, and that's the problem. Sometimes I'm looking at the chat, not the actual game. I missed a key point. Saliba and Due just running into each other there. Camera angle looks off, doesn't it? Was a little bit off. Ball in for Arsenal. Cleared off well for Paris this time, but still Arsenal. And I haven't had to talk much about these guys here, really, have I? In terms of possession and offense. Does Arsenal try to open up a bit here? It looks like maybe they're trying to snatch the second. Trying to change that possession stat around now on Paris. And they're the ones currently in control. Currently not in control. Little sloppy through the midfield, and it will be a throw in for a PSG. Taken quite quickly. Now it's PSG's time. Can they find it? Can they respond? Can they maintain at least the same control as they did the first half? Currently, negative possession. Arsenal pressing on, forcing the matter, but I think that's just temporary now as PSG do run forward. Looking for the space. There isn't much of it. Oh, but there's just enough. Oh, and Coutinho trying to run onto the ball. Surprising that they did find some space in there. Arsenal keeping quite tight. Like I said, there's enough space that you can find a bit, but it's just enough, you know? And that's why I'm hesitant to say Arsenal has parked the bus. Because they are still quite dynamic. And they haven't collapsed. But that theme continues. Paris have been able to get the second ball forward. It's that final ball. There's just nothing. Like at no point so far in these 50 minutes have I been like, oh, Paris, that was a close one. Could be 1-1 right now. Nothing of the sorts. You need just holding it right now. Kind of egging Arsenal on, it seems. Getting them to commit a little bit. Seems to have worked out as they continue to move the ball up. Belly, he's on the right side. Nothing, man. There's nothing. All the way back to the keeper, and Paris just have to reset this and try. Just try again. Nothing is coming through. Yeah, another comment. Harken the same sentiment here from BJ. Arsenal have a solid defensive structure. Yeah, they're locked in today. They have a couple decent defenders left on the bench still as well. So like they're not just going to be another premier team with the leaky defense. You know what I'm saying? And that's more so to say, not that the defensive players in the Prem are bad. It's more so the tactics that they employ. Right? It's a little bit more opened up, higher scoring, run at things than most certainly like an Italian football. Again, it's tactics. You have Calafiori on Arsenal, who's more of an attacking defender, a wide defender, even a fullback. You could argue to some extent, right? Like he kind of plays that hybrid modern defensive role, but he is Italian, and I suspect he would, depending on the manager of the team, he would move between a center back and a fullback. And just nothing there for Paris. Like you got nobody. It's just like they're running like chickens with their heads cut off right now. There's no target, man. There's no vision. There's no focus. You got Dembele out wide. So your big dude now is not there where he needs to be. Paris does lack a bit of height, a bit of strength. And another comment as well on how well Arsenal's defending here from Mugi Warren Lu. I can't. I'll just call you Mugi. I think I determined that last time. I'm just calling you Mugi. That one's a bit of a mouthful. I apologize. And that was a handball. Yeah, they're gonna call that back. That looks like Dewey's hair on the ground, and Marquinhos is getting a yellow card. Telling Dembele to get out of his face as well. He's not taking any bullshit. So Saka. Um, hmm. He got the ball. He did follow through. Dewey got the worst of it. And Saka gets the yellow card. He must have said something. I don't know if that was a card worthy thing, but second half now, and is this a classic case of, oh, it's the second half, it's later in the game, it's okay for me to start throwing yellow cards out? I don't know. Quite a decent position for the free kick. There's four man over the ball right now. Who's gonna take it? It looks like Hakimi. And he does, and it goes on target, but it is collected. Arsenal now just trying to boot the ball forward. And I'm telling you, it's like playing a low tier Italian team at the moment. Any low tier team, I guess, has somewhat similar tactics like this. Sit deep, dump the ball forward. Arsenal backline is just so deep, not allowing PSG a fast breakthrough. Feels like they wanted it to go the penalties, but got lucky with a goal kick. And that's hard to say for sure because the goal happened at the 6th minute, right? I would have Arsenal had that game plan, which is sitting deep and going for penalties. It's hard to say 100%, But perhaps maybe that was the tactic all along. And yeah, sometimes you do just get lucky. And that's why I say it's like a low table team. You gotta be ready to bounce on those errant ones. And they did. That was a very lucky bounce to Havertz, that's for sure. And when a ball bounces to a Havertz like that, it's gonna be very hard to stop him. So definitely a bit of luck involved for Arsenal there. And I mean, you need a bit of that. That's why it's hard to say luck. You gotta be in the position. You still gotta finish it. Is it a bit lucky? Sure, but at the end of the day, you gotta do the job. Man, Arsenal are just like bulldogging it in their box right now. Winning all those 50-50s, picking up the loose balls. And now a cheap call on Pacho. He's holding his chest. Maybe it wasn't cheap. Was there significant contact there? Let's see. Havertz gets his knee, or his elbow, sorry, into his throat. Maybe. Well, that's a decent free kick by Hakimi. Decent. Obviously not enough to put it by Rhea. Hey, Dan's coming in. How's it going, Dan? What is Dan's thoughts on the game today? Okay, well, Harris with the ball, keeping things settled down. How many times am I going to repeat that there today before they do anything? And Conte will end up back as Italy's head coach. That's an interesting one, really. Anything with Conte is going to be interesting. I think he's weighing options. There is no rush for him to take the helm as Italy coach. Really. Until after the World Cup. You'd think maybe around August. So here's the thing. They don't play international matches again until September after the World Cup is played. If he is looking for a club job, he has until roughly mid-August to find one. Preferably earlier, but he can definitely wait because the World Cup ends, I believe it's July 19th. So I suspect it will be between like the 19th and the 31st of July or thereabouts where Conte will make a decision. The only thing I can see differently is if Spalletti and that is a possibility, or if Spalletti doesn't want to continue on because of whatever's going on in the background with Camoli and the management, whatever. Um, if Juve come for Conte, does he just say, "Yeah, man, drop everything, let's go"? So there might be a situation like that, but barring something of the more spectacular nature, we're gonna be having to wait that one out, and we will have to be waiting a lot out for just transfers in general because it is a World Cup year. It's gonna be, I don't know, an interesting off season. We're gonna pivot the focus on the World Cup stuff. I mean, it makes sense. It is a few hours down the road for me. I will be visiting. Oh, Due again, putting a ball down into the middle of the box with nobody being able to get on the end of that one. But it's still Paris. Fatinia coming on forward. Kvaratskhelia. There's no space. No space at all. And Arsenal are amped up right now. Just on the basis of their defense. They are amped up. Yeah, if Scotland didn't beat Curacao, like, come on, it's a tiny, tiny island. Camoli's had a very up and down career. Ooh, that was a penalty. That oh, well, the game was about to change. Oh, that was definitely a penalty, and Kvaratskhelia fin is full of blood right now. Just like that, and that's all this game needed really to change things around. We're gonna have to take another look, but I saw that immediately as a penalty. So, yeah, I mean, it's a penalty. 100% a penalty. And then you got a guy like Kvaratskhelia, and sometimes that's all you need to do, just dribble in the box. Just keep on dribbling in the box and do that defense for 90 minutes. Just the mental fortitude you need to keep locked in against a Paris, against Kvaratskhelia, a Doué, a Dembele. I You can almost say it was bound to happen, and it only takes a moment. Havertz's goal, it was only a moment. Is it overturned? Okay, it is. Okay, it is a penalty. All right. Why would they say overturn then? He called penalty. Anyways, it is a penalty. Never mind what the commentators are saying. Well, let's see who's going to take it now. Oh, the keeper situation as well. De Gea is. I can see De Gea being an operation. His Mama's dad's Beely. There's a short list. I could see De Gea though, just because the cost. Obviously, obviously, it'd be a temporary situation, short term, I should say, a year or two at best. But and then have Defarda coming up through the ranks as a backup. That would be my preference. Is you get a guy who experienced as hell, right, and then bring up the new kid. Okay, so Dembele running up, and it's tucked in nicely. It's 1-1. After all the deliberating, Dembele just walks up to it and just boots it. No questions asked, nice and easy. And we got a crier, ladies and gentlemen. There is a crier. Nicely taken though. Tucks it in. Raya go in the opposite direction. And of course, it was Dembele to tuck that one away and lock it up at once. Yeah, side netting too. Perfect. Just in the corner, not quite the side, but still damn near perfect. New game. 1-1. Let's go. 25 minutes. Uh, so I guess now going back to, was it BJ? I believe. Saying that they were playing for the shootouts. We'll find out at this point if they're playing for the shootout. But they do immediately make changes. Mosquera off for Timber. And he's just coming off of injury as well. So how ready is it? And Gyökeres coming on. It's Odegaard making way. So big bold changes coming here for Mikel Arteta. What's the score? It's 1-1. So and it does appear that the scoreboard is not updating after the first goal. So there's nothing I can do. That's a back end issue. The developers are aware. It sucks that a big game like this, they can't get the scoreboard sorted out. But it is indeed a 1-1 at the moment. More importantly is the time I have on board. It's just so the chat doesn't ruin any surprises. So they can keep up with where I am because there's always a delay. Can't avoid a delay. So this will be good, I think, for us spectators now. We should have a lot more open up of a game. The problem being now is there's gonna be space. This is the time now. I think Paris can get the second. Yeah, 30 seconds ahead seems reasonable. Oh, because I use streaming services like DAZN and Fubo as opposed to like network. And I just think Paramount Plus too. They must have more direct feed. I'm not really sure. But just or maybe just because I'm in Canada. It seems to be about a 15-second delay from what I get to what most other people get. And then there's the 15-second delay that you get from uploading again through YouTube. So yep, 30 seconds. Hakimi with space on the right, and that was wasteful. Wins a corner. Maybe that was what he was trying to do. I don't know. He didn't have support, so maybe he was just saying, screw it. Let's go for the corner. And both teams doing well with the corners this Champions League. However, Arsenal, been a bigger team that's taken into the box, but low and short, do away with it on the edge. With the footwork now. If he's going to get too cute, lays it back off to Hakimi. And Mbele's there curling it over. Way too much goal kick. There was a way, perhaps, if they let me force what the score was. Yeah. What do you do? What do you do? The issue we should bring up, though, for Paris now, they needed the penalty. They absolutely needed the penalty to convert. And we are on a cool and break, by the way. So a couple minutes of rest for the players. Is Paris capable of responding with a follow-up? They haven't looked as if they were. I just gonna thought there was one of those Amber alerts that came up on my phone, but no, not important. Amber alert means there's a missing child or something. I don't know. I think America does that. I don't know if other jurisdictions do that as well. But in any case, I thought it was actually something serious, but no. Don't just messing with me. Anthony, I used to go to Silverstone a lot. See one. Oh, you're going back in the you're going back in the comments there, Dan. Yeah. That'd be cool. Dave, what's about Kimi Antonelli at Mercedes? 43 points ahead now in the driver's title race. I think it's amazing. I think George Russell was never a great driver. I mean, he's good, but when we're talking about the greats, my hierarchy was Verstappen, obviously. Lewis Hamilton maybe, but a bit past his prime. And Leclerc. I have Leclerc as the second best driver overall. Arsenal with it now. And that door is shut. Rutinia gets it forward. Finally being somewhat quick about it. Quick to be right out of bounds. Here's the thing. British bias. Hate me for it, Dan. I know you're British. But the British bias is real. You see it in football. You definitely see it in F1. And they glaze the shit out of your Norrises and your Russells, and they've done it with Hamilton. Dembele giving the ball, cutting over, not enough on that, goes wide. Did it take a touch? Did not. So F1, obviously, because a lot has to do with how good the car is, right? So McLaren, Lando Norris just barely won the championship. Verstappen was only a couple points back with a way worse car. Way worse car. Lando Norris isn't a great. You see it now. McLaren kind of in shambles. The car's not great. Obviously, their engine's great because they have a Mercedes engine on their fucking cheat code that they have right now. But outside of that, man, no. And you look at Mercedes' best car out there. What does Kimi Antonelli do at 19-year-old? It's got balls, man. Vitinha from downtown just puts it over the bar. That was a close look. But he's trying to go Route 1, realizing that Arsenal still locking down the defense, not giving much space. Just doesn't dip. Yeah, George Russell's arrogant. If Kimi becomes world champion, will be the youngest ever world champion F1 at 20 years old. Oh, and I'm here for it, man. I love Kimi. He gives no fucks, right? And you see how he attacks the race. And yeah, a lot of that's just being young and dumb. Oh, Havertz breaks through. Oh, the loose ball. Saka can't get to it. And Safanov jumping on the loose ball. Okay, you got to ask yourself, why is George Russell, why is Lando Norris, even Hamilton, why are these guys arrogant? It's because they are glazed to shit by the media. Look at Kimi Antonelli. Who does he respond to? The Italian media? The Italian media will sooner crucify you and drink your blood before before they say anything nice about you. It's a way harsher landscape in the Italian media. I mean, they'll talk nice about him now. He screws up once. Watch out, man. Watch out. They'll crucify him. But in the British media, I mean, Lando, Russell, how many excuses? And I knew it. I knew after the last race, after they both DNF'd, I was just prepared to listen for all of the excuses that were going to come out for those two out of the media. And sure enough, the excuses came out. And at the very least, if they didn't have excuses, they just kind of glossed over it. They talk at lengths about Lando Norris constantly. Oh, DNF, we'll just talk about him for 20 seconds and move on. All right, back to the game. Get fired up about F1. The crowd's definitely a little bit more into it now. A little more energy on the pitch. And a little tug there. It's going to be a free kick for Arsenal. Yeah, McLaren got their tire choices wrong. Okay, I'll keep getting on F1. Ferrari screws up. They become a meme for eternity. Even though they can finish second just a couple points back, you know, and always be in the mix, but like not quite in the mix. And that's the thing. When you're in second place, when you're just on the outside looking in, you got to do crazy shit. And this is my problem. Ferrari screws up, you're a perpetual meme. McLaren screws up, oh, it's Oscar Piastri's fault. Let's not blame anything British. Tell me I'm wrong. Honestly, tell me I'm fucking wrong. Because that's what they started doing, is trying to pin it on Piastri's decision, because there was a little bit of radio just before the race. No, man. The team's got to make the decision. They have to say this is what it is. You're paying for a strategist, you're paying for engineers. No, this is how it's going. McLaren screws up. Oh yeah, let's find a scapegoat. Ferrari screws up. Crucify. Kimmy's already in the pressure cooker of the media, and he's rolling right through it. So come at me, bro. That's what he's saying. Come at me, bro. I got this. Hold my beer. And I'm sorry, they just have not bred that out of Britain in their drivers since at least the 90s. You know, hey, Lewis Hamilton is a bit of an alien, sure, but you know, still, he's also the guy that complains that he can't wear his jewelry. Arsenal just coming at it, trying to jump on these loose balls. They're all over the place. It's getting frantic now. Paris, though, finds it. Scalia with tons of space as there's nothing on the left to stop him. He's still coming. He's still coming. And wow, that ball takes a bounce, goes out, and Paris on the charge, jumping all over that loose ball. Game's opening up now, boys. It's Scalia. That's all Scalia coming forward. And try to stop him here. Oh, is the post. It went off the post. Oh, man. I have not heard the slot in Milan. I mean, Milan's going to be in talks with basically everybody right now. You know? Rhea sleeping. Man, you'd be sleeping too. Like, there's, other than that one penalty kick, finally. The wake-up call, perhaps. Corner in, and that's out of bounds. Another wasted opportunity. $12 minutes to go. So this is now where I think things start locking up again, as nobody wants to make the mistake. We'll see. See if there's any heroes. It is a beautiful day. It would be a shame to waste it all inside. Let's see what happens. But at this point, I'm gonna get the feeling that maybe we're going extra. Maybe. Man, lots of tugging going on here. Is there no call? There it is. In terms of who, though? I think it's against Dewey. Another Australian Italian, eh? Christian Volpato coming up through the ranks. Interesting. Ball kicked forward. Arsenal. He slips. And just booted forward. Paris trying to stretch the game out. Nothing's determined at this point. I think there's more in the tank here for these guys. 10 minutes to go. Possession has dropped to 58% for Paris now. It was up to 78%. Things have certainly changed around. Blowing it up. Probably trying to catch their breath. They've been going back and forth for a while now. Still Paris holding in their back line. Arsenal certainly won't be opening up their defense at this point. Scalia with it, trying to cause havoc, and loses out. And Arsenal, oh man, just cheap possession, giving it away again. Harris coming at it with Dewey. And that looks like a corner. Yeah. Pile those on. Okay, a couple more changes, finally. It will be Martinelli and Madueke coming on. So a couple of right guesses there for substitutions at the halftime. I'll take it. Lewis Skelly's on the ground right now. Oh, he went down easy. Come on. Ball in and headed up over. Corners have not come off very well here for PSG tonight. All right, the changes are finally going to be coming on now. See who they are for. PSG still no subs. Yeah. Osaka and Trossard. PSG looks like they're preparing for extra. If they can go into extra with no subs, or I mean, at this point, pretty fresh subs. Yeah, Kvara is off. Or Barcola. So there you go. There is a change. Barcola is pretty dangerous as well. Let's see how this turns out. Oh, long ball, not quite working out for Arsenal, but close again. And I mean, when I say long ball, those are some long balls. Arsenal probing. Cortez can't get onto it, but good luck. Things are tensing up now. Arsenal's slowing the play down. Is that enough for a long throw-in? And dumped forward and does not quite land down. It was a big loop and throw in too, almost like a header into the box. And now Barcola, space, tons of space. Does he get there first? He does not. Raya definitely not asleep there. Just getting to it first, and there's the fresh legs of Barcola coming at it early. Back again. No route. Arsenal winning it. But Marquinhos stepping up on the play to take it back. Paris want it. Want it bad. Long ball blocked. Still Paris. Five to go. Paris holding it back in their defense. Slowing it down again. They're almost delayed build-up that they have. Still just working it. Getting deeper and deeper. Trying to peg Arsenal back into their zone now. But this has not worked at all for PSG tonight. Hakimi now going down low. The cross is blocked. It's a corner. And looking at the replay there. Yeah, I mean, Ray, I got it perfect. Just right. Belly with the cross on the second attempt. Also headed out. Oh, Mendes misses that clearance. Gyökeres. Harris gets back quickly and overcooked the pass. Oh my. Oh my. That could have been huge for Arsenal. And they just couldn't handle the pressure. This late in the game. Gotta make him stick. I almost feel like Paris is playing for extra time at the moment. That or they just have no answers. I would say just continue dribbling at the box and try to get another penalty, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe something happens. Make it messy, you know? And you can tell now players are tired, taking a while to get the play going. Final couple minutes now, and they're kind of looking towards extra time. Pitiful. Hold there, and Gyökeres not called. But yeah, BJ, Arsenal, maybe the assessment was that they don't want to take it long. Try to finish it in 90. They got 90 seconds left. Plus added time. Let's go. I love the late winners. Honestly, extra time. I don't know. It has its moments, but do away with it. He's trying to take everyone, and oh, jeez, Coutinho gets the ball, nice and center at the edge of the box, and floats it over the bar. Oh, Raya with the cramp. This is a time waste for sure. Big looping ball. Doué's just there in space. Nobody's covering him at all. That even hit the bar? No, but it did hit the top netting. It was fairly close. Fairly close. The tip this whole game. They were locking her down the whole game. They tried, and it rarely ever works in these situations. Like at this stage, the quality of players, right? To just sit down low and hold on for dear life for what 84 minutes? Nah, man. Plus extra time. That's forever. Forever. I cannot see. 6 minutes. He was holding up the sign, but he didn't turn it on. Oh man. So 6 added on. And taking her time to get in extra time. Man, that guy's got to clean his fingernails. He's on international television. He's got nasty fingernails. Wash yourself, buddy. That's the Arsenal fan, by the way. I don't know if I'd catch a Parisian with dirty fingernails. Yeah, so should we call it 7 minutes of extra time? Because 1 minute's already wasted here. Oh boy. I'm not a fan of this time wasting thing here, but finally kicked forward. Like when he wastes 90 seconds of extra time, you're just I don't even know what we're doing. Just hanging out, having a chat, grabbing a cup of coffee. Like why? That's- I know you're tired, but that's why you get paid $20 million a year. Let's go. And still only the one substitution for Paris. So with Dembele now limping, he's gonna have to cut him off, I imagine, unless he can make it to extra and he does recover. Oh, there's a foul. Yeah, so I mean they probably will attempt to recover him for the second half. Kind of their number one guy up there, their centerpiece, if you will. But if he is suffering from cramp, does he have another half hour in him? Oh, they are preparing Ramos. So maybe it will be happening. Until then, they're slow with it. Bringing it up high. Watching the clock, it seems. Due. Crossing it in. Gets the deflection. Dumping it back forward. Not clean, though. Barkala fights it back. But they go all the way to the halfway point and have to start her again. Arsenal slowly pinching it up, making it hard for Paris to build up. Imagine about 3 minutes, maybe 4. I don't trust the extra time added on because there's tons of time wasted. Wide on the left side. Barkala, no space to run. Brings it back. Working the right side. Any doing here? It's brought back to Vitinha. Going to the wire now. Marquinhos. Hakimi. 1-2. Ruiz. Hakimi. Marquinhos. Just passing it around. There's Vitinha. No space yet. Neves. No, sorry. Though. Luiz can't get at it. Imagine Arsenal score at the 96 and saving the subs just backfires. That would be hilarious. It'd be a talking point, but here is a yellow. João Neves picking that one up. Going in too hard. And we are at the point of talking about seconds left. Dembele does come off for Ramos. I mean, pretty much plays the entire game, 30 seconds on the clock. But yeah, his season is done. Couple weeks only till the World Cup, mind you. Everyone lining up for Arsenal. Ball foot forward, doesn't land. Arsenal looking for last chance. Martinelli scooping it forward, doesn't get through. Saliba getting it back into play now. Madueke leaving it wide. Dumped forward, headed out. And Arsenal lose the possession. And Barcola is on a run. This is it. This is it. It's off the post. Oh, man. Oh, it looked like it was off the post. Regardless, it did not go in. He skimmed it wide. I thought this was it. He just, oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Hits the side, upper side netting. Oh, that's the 90. Could just have a nice, easy Saturday. Hey, we got to go deep on this one. I guess the chores will wait. We're going for extra. Okay, so they did update the score here eventually, which is nice to see. I don't know how long ago they finally did that, but they did update the score, so it is accurate. Man, what do you say? This game was more or less dead in the water. Or when did that goal come? 65th minute. Oh, the trainers are out. It's a massage parlor out there right now. All the calves are getting touched. Let's bring her back to the stats then and look at Font Mob and see how things have developed over that second half. It was two versions of a half. Of course, that penalty changing everything. So a lot more green that we see here. Everyone in the green. Sevens and up here for PSG, other than Safinov, sitting at a 6.2. He has not done tons, honestly, in quite a while. And on the Arsenal side of thing, a bit of a mixed bag. And everyone, well, not everyone, but Odegaard, Saka, and Mosquera, 3 of their 6s are off. And Campe and Lewis Skelly still on. They're the 6s. Everyone else sitting in the 7s for Arsenal. I mean, it's true. I have barely seen anything from Lewis Skelly or Hincape at all throughout this match. Quite surprisingly, we played about 100 minutes, over 100 minutes with extra time. So that might be a little bit damning. And even Odegaard, he didn't see much. That makes sense. Saka, I forgot he was playing. Mosquera just kept on getting cooked by Kvaratskhelia. I mean, he at least showed up. He just had to shut down Kvaratskhelia, which clearly was a bit of an issue, giving up that red card. So, substitutions. Looking at the bench here, Arsenal have put on Timber, Gyökeres, Martinelli, and Madueke. So they have a couple more to make. You get that 6th substitution there in extra time. PSG, though, Barcola coming on at the 83rd minute, so he's more or less fresh. Man, he had 2 chances to put the game away. And then Gonzalo Ramos coming on at the 90th. So the 2 substitutions they have made are very fresh. Very fresh. Mind you, Martinelli and Madueke also coming on at the 83rd. But Timber and Gyökeres coming in at the 66th. So those guys already putting in a bit of a shift. So is that going to be telling? I know it was just alluded there by BJ earlier on. If Arsenal scores in the 96th, it makes holding on to your substitutions look kind of silly. But now but now they can throw a bunch of fresh legs at it deep into this game. So they get a few minutes rest, recover some of these guys, get them to run for a few more minutes, of course. And I think it's Zubamendi and Etze coming on. So Arsenal are going all in with the substitutions. And it's Havertz and Lewis Skelly that comes off. So Lewis Skelly makes sense. He's been vacant. To be honest, though, Havertz already got the goal. Had to look at a second, but also not really there today in the grand scheme of everything. He'll be happy to have had his goal, but that's all he did. Okay. Coin toss again. Rice Marquinhos shaking hands. And let's get ready. Let's get the scoreboard back at her and settle in for another half hour. See if we can finish this one before penalties. Hey, they're lining up. And we do have kickoff. This is it. Just syncing up the time. We are indeed synced up now. So let's get after it. Jeff saying PSG played better in the second half. They sure did. Either 2-1 for PSG or Arsenal wins it on PKs. Dude, that's hard to predict who wins it on the PKs, man. Like, I'm going to take Raya over Safanov any day of the week in terms of goalkeeping. In terms of the goal scoring, man, I mean, I don't have the individual stats on hand, but I'd imagine it's probably pretty even. And it's going to come down to that mental pressure and if they can convert. I mean, you can put most anybody on either team at the matter, right? The amount of technical skill. But yeah, if it went down to penalties, personally, I have no idea. I'd have to give edge to Arsenal just because of Raya. But here they come now. Ball in and defended at the last, going for a corner. Yeah, and it's both the substitutions, Eze and Madueke, going in for Gyökeres. So maybe it's Arsenal's time to work on building up some corners. It has been mostly Paris tonight. Again, both teams decent record this year, 4 corners. Arsenal with a bit more height, however, and the ball is in and headed off at the near post. Line her up again, boys. Do it again. Man, we're pushing over to 18. Let's see if we can hit 2,000 here today. Big game, of course. Champions League final. Still has not beat by 4,000 though at the MLB finals. Just saying. And that one goes right into the side netting. We're just reading some news. We're not here to talk about Juve here today, but just more drama. It's Tudo Sport, so it's probably fake news. Ball forward. Why is there even a debate? Football tweet debate. Is the penalty the correct decision? Dude, it was the most straightforward penalty in the history of like Champions League finals. Yes, like stop farming or farming, whatever you kids call that shit. Just clickbaiting. Was it a penalty? It's the sky blue. You know, it's like it's one of those things. Actually, asking if the sky's blue is more ambiguous than asking if that was a fucking penalty. That's how obvious it was. Redwecke with it again. No, what? I would be upset with that as well. Calm down. I would be calm. I would not be calm. Goes on Neves, but he's Spanish, so of course he's going to cry easily. Zaire Emery coming on. Another right prediction. Nailing it. And it's Fabian Ruiz coming off. Yeah, I didn't think they were going to take Vitinha off. And Luis, I mean, he had a couple looks there early in the game, but has also completely dropped off late. Hello, stylized. It's yep. I don't know what that. I'll just call you stylized. What is going on? 5 minutes down. Yeah, I didn't think that was a penalty, and that's the thing. You know, there was a couple of good battles early on, not called, and then what? Because we're in extra time again, late in the game. Oh, I'm gonna call you on this one now. All of a sudden, and just ruin any semblance of consistency. I don't know, man. I don't know. I am not supporting either team, honestly. I just have a prediction that I think PSG is the better team, and as a result, should be the ones winning. But at this point, I don't know. Nobody knows. What team are you supporting? I'm not a fan of either team. Let's just be clear. It's not a matter of support. PSG fanboy, right on. Well, so far there's just been more hate towards Arsenal than there has been love for PSG. So you're the first one coming in with the love for PSG. So I mean, it's pretty lopsided for the most part in terms of who we want to win, or should I say, who we want to lose? Why only 2 viewers? So there's actually over 1,800 viewers. It's multi-platform. So there's only 2 viewers on the widescreen version of YouTube because YouTube's algorithm is shit. It's not the greatest. But yeah, whatever platform we're on, that's why we go on all platforms. Yeah, BJ saying I hate both teams. Not gonna lie. Yeah. Oh, thanks. You subscribed. I appreciate that. Right on. Well, it's F1 next weekend. Hopefully, you're into that. You got the Monaco Grand Prix as PSG. Ooh, that had to. There it is. There's the yellow card coming out. That one was obvious. That was a clear tug. No, Dan, and don't ask that question again. I'm going to label you as just one of those thirst trap Juve fans. Del Piero doesn't want to fucking touch Juve. He's happy. He doesn't want to hate his life. He's not coming to Juve. And people need to stop asking. Like, he's Del Piero has basically told Juventus to go fuck themselves, leave me alone. just don't touch that one, man. And quite honestly, I'm kind of tired Because I mean, how many times do we need to see Juve News Live post about and clickbait everyone into, oh, is Del Piero? No, he's not fucking coming. Interesting ball in. Gonna win a corner off it at least. I'm not sure what you're saying. Messinor or Messi or Messi or Ronaldo is what you're asking. I also don't really care about either one of them. The fact that Ronaldo played for Juve, kind of on one hand, I did support him when he played for Juve, but then the way he left Juve, uh, he can kind of go fuck himself as well. So, and I think Messi is a bit of a bum. Just the antics he's kind of pulled since he's been in the MLS. He's not there to play football. He's there to build his brand. He's doing it for the Instagram, or like I don't like either one of them. A bunch of poster boys. I like the Grinta players. I like the guys that get dirty. Hakimi putting it up high. I one touch Spalletti or one sack Spalletti from Dan. I don't think it's a matter of sacking Spalletti. I think it's a matter of Spalletti leaving under his own conditions. And yes, the Canada squad got announced. It was either early this morning or yesterday. I don't know. I saw it this morning, anyways. So it probably was yesterday. It came out. And yeah, that's just a few of my Juve jerseys. Not all of them, but yeah. I mean, it's a Juve channel primarily. If only I had a YouTube channel back in up until 2020. I basically started the Juve channel once they started losing, because that's my luck. Yes, and Jesse, fuck you. What do you know? What are you doing knowing about the Canada soccer team, man? Like, nobody cares other than Canadians. That's kind of impressive. But yes, Jesse Marsh. I guess he is English. Jesse Marsh did sign on for more years as the Canada coach. Or no, he's American. It was the other guy. It was the previous guy that was English. Sorry, Jesse Marsh is American. Oh, is that a penalty? No call. Play on. It was shoulder to shoulder. Medwecki going down, but Paris turning it around, trying to counter. Could they capitalize off a controversial play? We're going to have to look back at that one for sure. If it was going to be a pen, it would be for Arsenal. Booing from the crowd still. PSG holding it deep. Yeah, we're going to have to wait for the stoppage and play. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. It did look shoulder to shoulder, though. PSG just trying to get through the Arsenal defensive line. They cannot. They're still yelling about it. He obviously has not got VAR in his earpiece telling him to call it back. And there's a whistle. Oh, for dissent. Declan Rice getting the card. The captain protesting. And perhaps rightfully so. I don't know. Give us the replay at the very least. And Mikel Arteta getting the yellow card as well. They're both pissed. Everyone's pissed. Initial contact is shoulder to shoulder. I think the follow through after they contacted shoulder to shoulder It looked a little messier, but that initial contact looked clean. And I'm not gonna lie, Arsenal being the English team where this kind of play happens more frequently, is more normalized. If anybody would be complaining, it would be Arsenal, I would say. If that was to happen in Italy or France or Spain, then I think there's a lot more of a discussion because they were a lot, uh, just softer and generally more inconsistent with the calls. But Seibert, the German ref, I think made the call, stuck to it, and I think it's good. Would I cash in on Jonathan David? It's dependent. I mean, he's an easy turnaround, sure, but um, who are your strikers? As of now, Vlahovic is gone, no contract. Milk is gone. Openda's gone, or at least out of the project. David, David's the only one left, right? And historically, his first year at a club has not been the greatest. And I've talked about this before too. Like, yeah, he's a free transfer. You're gonna make quick money on him, but I think you can make a little bit more money if you give him that second year and really let him establish, and then determine if he's worth selling, or if he picks it up and finds that comfort within the team and starts producing at the level you expect him. Right? But he is on high wages coming off on a free, so to turn around a free agent is smart business, but only smart in this specific situation if you bring in the proper backups, and that is going to be the case for almost every discussion that we have with Juve this offseason. KB coming in, just dropping in, dropping a like. I don't care for CL anymore. Thank you, Juve. Well, I appreciate you dropping in then. All right, sorry, we are into extra time of the first half of the additional halves here. Oh my god, the words. Mm. We're in extra time of extra time. Few seconds left to go, anyways. So, and this has been the sentiment as well, is that if you don't get the Champions League money, you don't have all the money to splash. You were forced to get more blue collar players, which long term is probably decent, right? Like, look at Arsenal. Let's make this relevant to Arsenal. They took years to build it up, and yeah, they did have more money. They had the Premier League, fuck you money, sure, but they built up blue collar. Or Liverpool as well. There's another good blue collar team. You know, spent a few years building it up. It's just when you're the historically best team, like Madrid, they win uh nothing. They win nothing this year, and it's like the end of the world for a Madrid fan. I mean, we are done. It is halftime. We got 15 minutes left of this game. Honestly, I feel like it's just more or less of the same. A lot of the problem now, and give me a second as I bring up Bot Mob. Here we go. Okay. All right. Looking at all these new players, especially for Arsenal, they have made all their substitutions. You start losing your core formation, that core identity that kind of came in with the game. You have guys coming in mid stride, so to speak, right? Paris, I know they only did the 3, but you add that in with how tired these guys now are, and the organization starts to drop off, and it's losing the sharpness, right? As we see here, Vitinha, getting worked on, trying to loosen up. I mean, what do you want me to say? This is an extra time moment in the Champions League final. The guys are knackered. They have given it them all. It's now honestly at the point where you have that moment of individual brilliance, or it's just somebody fucks up because they're tired. You know? Uh be the next I show speed. I'm not gonna be the next I show speed. Oh man. Vitinha is coming off. And speaking about numbers, we're at 2,100 now. People are coming in deep onto this one. It's been slowly growing throughout. So thank you everyone for joining. Whether you're on YouTube, which is both vertical and horizontal, whichever one you prefer. We have Twitch, that's horizontal. X is horizontal, but mostly audio, I think people. Instagram, we got vertical. We have assist, horizontal, and kick, horizontal. We have so many options out there for you any way you want to watch. So please join in on your preferred platform. Like, subscribe, follow. Links are down in the description and the bios. We also have our Discord. Actually, let's put up QR code, get in our Discord, keep the conversation going. Join the crew, if you will. Otherwise, man, it's 15 minutes left. It's do or die. Tactics are mostly survive. Let's be honest at this point. It's mostly survive. Stay on your feet. Don't make mistakes. We've seen the two formations of 4-3-3 as would happen, as predicted, just kind of locking up and grinding each other down. And we are kicked off. Let's get it going. Let's get the scoreboard back up here and see if we get a winner. And we are at extra time 2. I'm just going to resync everything as well. Setting the sync point. And there we go. Time is locked up. Okay. Harris going long. I mean, just Arsenal's defense today has been quite impressive. We didn't really get into the stats either, but I'll read them off for you. 75% back up in possession for PSG. XG now at 1.65 to 0.35. Arsenal's XG has only went up 0.1 since halftime. Total shots 19 to 4, on target 3 to 1. Touches in loose ball. Raya comes out. Raya, sorry, and gets saved there at the last, but had to come in and not controlling it, but mad at his defense allowing that to happen. Big header forward and space in the box to attack. Raya doing well to actually be aggressive there. As Ramos is right there in attempts to pounce on that loose ball. My lord. Saka is shit, to be honest. I'm not a fan of Saka at all. I think he's mentally weak as well. It's a big thing for me. The Grinta. Nice passing in the box by Paris. Can they? Nope. Not get it through. Joker is better than CR. Messi never won the Prem. Saka did. Yeah, what's with all the emojis now? What's going on here? Who is your background there? I'm trying to. Can't figure it out. I think we're playing for penalties, guys. I don't know. At this point, I know it's kind of easy to say at this point. Or will Arsenal find one? Medwecki taken down, and it's got no? Is there no yellow? Or do we? You sure? You sure about that one? He's not on a yellow. Okay, it didn't look horrible on the replay. Clear foul nonetheless. Oh, you're leaving me. All right, buddy. Oh, you're from Pakistan. All right. Yeah, I guess it is pretty late for you, eh? Well, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. And you have yourself a wonderful evening. Yeah, you don't have a stream with this, I imagine, in Pakistan. I know you guys don't have all the TV rates out there. Ball in. Safinov gets the hand up. Emi doing lots of work. You're not going to stay up for like the last 10 minutes. It's so close. So close to the end. Zaire coming up. Taken away. Arsenal boot it forward. No, there's nobody, man. Gyökeres ain't going to get on that. Are they talking about Dembele possibly missing the World Cup? He did come off officially as injured. I think it's that bad, though, is it? If it was that bad, he would have just dropped and came off immediately. But it has been mostly Paris when we're considering actual control of the ball. Arsenal just playing the route one dump it forward game, which I didn't really expect from them today. But that's the game plan. France has plenty of attackers, they won't miss them. Nah, sure. But from the human aspect of it, though, right? Like, that's, I guess, going out. If you win the Champions League, maybe. But it depends, I guess, how well France will do in the World Cup. If they end up crashing out in the initial rounds, then I guess who cares? But yeah, it's tough. Taking a good look at the crowd here. Some people are into it. Some people are nervous. I think they're mostly nervous, both sets of fans. 11-2 on the corners. Harris has done nothing with them. And nothing with that one. Martinelli doing well to get the ball out of danger, but there's nobody there. Arsenal are just, I want to say at this point, playing for the penalties kicks. It's just part like if at any point they park the bus in this game, I want to say that now the bus is parked. They made the changes much earlier too than Paris, so overall, a more tired 11. Is there anything left in them? 8 minutes to go. They're gonna have to, at the very least, hold on for dear life, because Paris has really started to dominate the stats line. Still slow by Paris, just biding time. I wonder how comfortable they feel going into penalties as well, but they're also in control and not willing to make the mistake. I think is maybe as frustrating as this may be to watch. That ball just dumped straight into Araya. And then the next question will be if this goes to penalties, do we get one of these quick 5 guys apiece and we move on? Or, are we gonna go nice and deep on that one as well? But surely a world-class matchup. Not anything like last year's, Paris 5-0 romping over Inter Milan. That one was done and dusted nice and early. But we're there. We're there. They're tired. Just emotionally, physically. I think these players are done at this point. They looking exasperated. Even even from the sidelines, Luis Enrique, kind of that long face. Let's say no, no, not finding good contact there with Medwecki. I think German Dave, yeah, German Dave did do a video on Medwecki early in the season as he went to Arsenal. One of my favorite fan shots, 8 of the dude that obviously bet next month's rent on this match in order to pay for this trip. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. R, I think meant R, not 8. Yeah, the guys that bet their rent next month's rent on the game. Oh, they're losing it right now for sure. Win big, lose big. I didn't even check the betting lines on the game beforehand. I didn't see who they favored. I imagine it was Paris. It was. Oh, that's just who will score next. Yeah, I should have checked before the game. Yes, I can just Google it. Paris had a probability to win rate of 52 to 57, so it wasn't a big difference. So plus 125 to 145 as opposed to a plus 195 to 230. So yeah, slight advantage in Paris's favor to win this game. But it's anybody's. I would still say advantage Paris. They have, for all intents and purposes, dominated when you look at the stat sheets. In terms of the eye test, I mean, it's clear they've had the possession. They've had more, I guess, looks at things. No goals from open play. That was Arsenal. But the stats aren't going to matter here in a second. Neves is space deep and oh, the volley. Oh, I thought it was a bad one from Due, but it did force Raya to snatch it in the top corner as it just loops into a space that had to be saved. And now there's a yellow card on the counter attack, and Mendes will pick that one up. Due had taken that one off the volley, off a deflection and a volley. Impressive that one was on target at the last. It was not straightforward. Oh yeah, and Mendes quite clearly just hauling down Medwecki on that forward run. That's stopping a play. That's a yellow card. Excuse me. Pretty late there for you, P. Morton, isn't it? Two minutes. 2 minutes left. I'm here yawning. How rude of me, but if I'm yawning, imagine everyone at the stadium right now. Exasperation. Arteta definitely giving out some last minute instructions, trying to egg his team on to go forward one last time. Possessions at 72. It's settling in at 3:42. So you're 13 hours ahead of me. Jesus. Arsenal puts it in the side netting. Well, only a minute left. Oh, that went off Due. I think that should have been a corner. Final minute. We got to push to 2,500 people now. We're at 2,378. Let's go. Let's push this forward. Counting up. Let's go. All thanks to X. It's always X that pushes us forward. 2.3K. Yeah, majority of them. Of course. Love y'all. Don't matter which platform you're on. Arsenal with 30 seconds to go. Medwecki with it. This is it. Cross in, headed out. Gabriel gets it forward though. And Gyökeres takes a heavy deflection. Heavy. Asking for a handball, Arteta is. I didn't see anything, but we're on the radio, maybe taking a look. I don't know if I saw a handball there. I think they're grasping at straws at this point. It is a corner. Oh, you're not off till the 80th minute. And now you're feeling fresh. Maybe for the better. It's not been the most exciting game, but when our finals ever. So no added time posted. Cross in. Oh, it's up. It's down. Does anybody get on it? It's back in there. Oh, it's deflected. Nothing. There's nothing there. And it's a goal kick. We're at 121. And we're going to kicks. We're going to kicks. This is it. I mean, we're finally there. We got there. It's 1-1. We're going to penalty kicks. Oh. Oh man, guys, it's a long haul. It is a long haul. So close to the 2,500 viewer mark on all platforms. Thank you very much, everyone. Please do like and subscribe. Join in anywhere, any platform, and description, bio, whatever. Everything is linked on that platform to all the other platforms. So please follow me everywhere if you don't mind. It's basically at the Dive Sports or the Dive YT or something to that effect. It's all down there. Advantage Arsenal on pens. Zoraya is definitely the better keeper. And yes, that's where I give Arsenal the advantage now, is for sure Zoraya is the better goalkeeper. So is that what it comes down to? Let's see. What are the odds on the UCL final penalty shootout? See if that's a thing. This hard to guide method of finishing. So 18% had voted penalty showed that's how it would finish. Historical context, roughly 33% of Champions League finals that go to extra time end up being decided by a penalty shootout. Interesting. That wasn't a great watch, not a good showcase for the sport if you're a casual. When is it though? Finals are brutal. You never know if Safonov becomes the keeper. But yeah, if we're predicting at the moment, right? The current odds are -102 to +108, Arsenal, PSG. Not a huge swing, mind you. 100 to 100. So slight advantage to Arsenal. Seems reasonable. And I think it does just come down to that goalkeeping. I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'll back Arsenal just for the sadness of Tottenham fans. Oh, man. That's kinda funny. We hit 2,500. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining in as we prepare for the penalty shootout. The finals are usually tactical snooze fest unless Inter makes it. Yeah, usually. Rice and Hakimi now. As Marquinhos has relinquished that captain's armband to Hakimi. Gonna decide which direction they're kicking. And Hakimi wins it. Inter were the better team against Man City in that final, I believe. Yeah, Man City actually don't play the greatest against the Italian teams, at least. There's been a couple, anyways, that they haven't just dominated. I guess that slow tactical play it doesn't really feed into their strengths as much. There was that Club World Cup match as well. Um, but yeah, Man City isn't always a clear winner necessarily. Let's just say Lukaku was MVP for City. uh, oh, Lukaku, miss him. Do I still? I think I still have it. Yeah, here he is.
You just wake up and then your heart is just pumping. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, so those moments are crazy.
Don't get to play the Lukaku clip very often these days, so I got to take advantage of it while I can. So yeah, well, we're about ready. We're almost there. Okay, yeah, they're going on how it's Spaniard against Spaniard to start off here. Ramos versus Raya. So I can put up, I guess, the font mob at the very least. It'll help us track the penalty score. Okay, and I'm not gonna stare at the screen or anything. Look for any spoilers until the pick is complete on my end. At the very least. Ramos is Portuguese. Did I screw that up? Let's fact check me. Oh, he's down. Okay, you got me. Oh, that's what the commentators were saying. Okay, how they said it was more correct. They said an Iberian showdown. So yes, I mean Spain and Portugal are Iberia. Pug in human form for Rhea. I don't know. Here we go. Ramos though stepping into it. And that one's easy. That one's in. One nil Paris. Putting up high into the right. Nice easy one. Rhea going the exact opposite direction. Gyökeres is the Arsenal first taker, and Safanov approaching his line. Walking up. And same. It's 1-1. This time he goes low. And Safanov is sent the opposite direction. To the right as well for Gyökeres. He didn't tuck it. It perhaps might have been savable if Safanov chose the right direction. He would have had to go hard and low and a bit short. No matter. Most of it's just the mental game, getting the keeper to go the wrong direction. And the rest is easy. Desiree Doué. Coming at it straight. Goes to the left now. Bit stutter and tucks it right. Rhea going to the left. And another easy goal. Perfect so far in terms of the offensive shooting. Obviously, the shooting's offensive. What am I talking about? Arsenal will win, I think. Yeah, maybe. So this right resemble a pug in human form. I can tell you he's got that upturned nose. I see where you're going with that. I wouldn't go as far as that. Pugs are, I think, quite ugly personally. I know some people think they're cute, but certainly not my style. It's Ace turn. Stutter, misses. And you know my feelings about that stutter. That was a double stutter. That was like a quick time stutter, a stop, a long stutter, and pulling in it to the left and fucking it up. I'd say. That was bad, man. That was absolutely bad. And I absolutely hate that because I know what plays with the keeper's head, but Safanov held his line. He didn't bite. He stared him down. He won that mental game. That's the first miss. Mendes will try to extend this lead for Paris. First left footer there, and it's saved. Huge, huge there by Rhea. That was solid goalkeeping. Nothing inherently wrong with the take. It wasn't a definitive shot. It could have been better, but there wasn't anything bad about it per se. It was just a solid save. And now Arsenal can lock it up. Yeah, I love it's yeah, penalties, I don't hate them. I know some people are completely against penalties. I don't hate them. It is emotional. It's the captain, Declan Rice. Oh, just that was honestly not a great take, and not a great take. Safonov, just didn't react. But it is hard and low, and I shouldn't say it was a bad take. Those are hard to save. It's just Safonov was way too slow, just didn't react properly to it, right? Like, he didn't react until that ball was basically in the net. Did look, yeah, off guard maybe. Did look like he was gonna jump to his right, and then the ball was tucked left. Tied up 2, though. Fourth taker is up. Hakimi tucks it. Puts it left, sends the keeper the other way. Three, 2. Time for Arsenal to respond. Martinelli is the next man up. Are we going deep on the penalties? Fourth man now. Run up, puts it in, and it's locked at 3. And that was nice. Going to the left off his right foot and tucking it in the corner. Sending Safonov the other way, and nice and straightforward penalty. Yeah, good strength. Even hits a bit of the side netting. That would have been hard, even if he chose the right direction. Fifth man up. Harris. Keep it going. The pressure is is basically at its pinnacle right now. No time wasted. It goes in. So, I mean, that's that's all on Arsenal now. Do they show who's putting those in down below? No, they don't. Wish there was a proper like penalty score that we can roll with, you know? No matter. Arsenal up. Is it Jesus? Yeah, Gabriel. Let's see what he can do. It's do or die. It's all on the line. Arsene Wenger is maybe going to stay alive for this. Hand to him for a second. A big run up. Oh, and it's over the barn. PSG are the winners of the 2026 Champions League, and that is back to back after securing their first ever last year with a 5-0 win against Inter. A nice, easy outing. They have to go deep into penalty kicks on this one to dispatch Arsenal. And it's over. 4-3 on penalties at the last, and it is done and dusted, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. I did not expect that, and that was obviously too big of an occasion there for Gabriel. He overcooked it. At the end of the day, absolute credit to Arsenal and how they defended and how they pulled that off tactically, being the less athletic and the less technical team overall against PSG. But when it mattered, PSG started cranking her down, did enough, to get it where they are, to get it to the PKs, and it did come down to the mental game to see who can keep it locked in. At the end of the day, Arsenal gave away the penalty to Dembele in the 65th minute. Couldn't keep her locked down. At the end, they missed 2 penalties, and it wasn't much, but they lost this game today with just a couple of mental relapses, just a couple. And a game like this, that is all that is needed for a team like PSG to come out on top. We'll take a quick look at the stats here, and we will get on with our day. It's already 3:00 Eastern time, whatever it is. P. Martin's, yeah, peace out. It's 4 a.m. for you, so you have yourself a good sleep. But yeah, let's just look at this quickly. 75% PSG. So PSG's numbers first: 75 to 25 possession, XG of 177 to 0.44. Total shots 21 to 7, on target 4 to 1, touches in opposition box 43 to 14, big chances 3 to 1, missed 2 to 0, passing 806 at 91%, very well done. The 196 at 69. They played 2 hours and only pulled off 196 passes. Yellow cards 2 to 4, corners 11 to 3. When you look at the numbers, PSG was in fact the better team today. Not to take away the efforts of Arsenal. Tactical masterminds will love to tear this one apart and analyze it. Jose Mourinho probably loves it, but it doesn't matter if you don't win at the end of the day, right? So congratulations to Paris Saint-Germain and Louis Enrique and the boys for doing it back to back. And Arsenal, for the time being, can continue to be a meme. Yeah, that's good. Good way of putting it. PSG was better, but Arsenal was well-rounded. Bit close enough. Yeah, exactly, everyone. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for sharing. This is a long one, 3 hours and 20 minutes. It was a long game. What could I say? It had its moments. It at least had its moments. We'll give it that. It was a classic final. Should go down in history at the very least. It was, in the terms of footballing history, this was not bad. Not bad at all. Paris getting their back-to-back for sure. Will get in the record books and be talked about for a while. Football is saved. Down to Arsenal. First result that went my way this season, and it's PSG going back-to-back. My life sucks. Let's hope for Ferrari in Monaco next week. That's my plan. That's 9 a.m. Eastern time, so that's going to be 3 European, 2 British. Arsenal lacked that prolific number 9. That sounds like somebody I know. Neutral watching is fun. It can be. Yes, it's nice to do the neutral watch. That's why I try to do these as well. It's not just Juve. I know this is a Juve-centric channel. If you are a Juve fan out there, please join our community. Otherwise, man, we're doing some F1 next week. NHL Finals, Carolina and Vegas. Let's see how that one turns out. More to come. And World Cup. World Cup's coming. And the boys will be back. A few more days. Boys will be back. All right. Like, subscribe, follow. Again, YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, assist. Did I say it? We're on everything. Follow us everywhere. We almost hit 27. I think 2682. That's our current peak. Thank you, everyone that followed us on all platforms today. Again, please follow us on the other platforms. Help us out everywhere. Would like to talk to you wherever you are, wherever you may roam. On that note, once again, I do appreciate everyone joining in for this momentous occasion, for this final. We love to do the finals. We are your watch along channel. That's what it's turned into, most especially here. We are here for your watch alongs. If you have any requests, let us know. Also get into the Discord, links in the description if you want to keep the conversation talking. Until then, yeah, thank you. And we will catch you on the next one. If nothing midweek, then for sure Sunday for the Grand Prix. Forza Ferrari. I mean, since we have nobody in the fight today, I'll go Forza Ferrari. Take care, everyone.